The fly we're going to tie today is the Diawl Bach. It's a Welsh pattern. We in the United States, we call it a Diawl Bach. If you were to have one fly in your fly box, the Diawl Bach or Diawl Bach would be the one. It's not only an attractor pattern, but also a searching pattern because of its ability to imitate a variety of insect larvae. That'd be mayflies, midges, and some caddis flies. In my vise, I have a size 14 3 extra long streamer hook. 2 extra long would probably be a little bit better. I don't have one of those in my toolbox right now. I've started with a 70 denier thread just near the back of the fly and wound it near the bend. Take a group of schlappen feathers or saddle feathers. I like the schlappen because they're a little more action. And we want the tail to be about 1/3 of the hook shank. We're going to tie that in on top of the hook. For our rib, I'm using a oval tinsel, silver. Now I like this because it's not going to be overpowering on our fly. So we're going to mount this on top, again with a couple loose wraps. Pull that to length and we'll tie that in. I want to introduce to you a dubbing called Antron. Now Antron is found in carpets everywhere and probably even in your house. But this specific Antron has a tri-logal or 3-sided profile up there, as you can see in the picture. It gives it this reflective look and translucency, where underwater it's effective in simulating lifelike organisms. With its shimmer and reflective property, it really catches the eye of the trout. So it's a wonderful product. Now to apply this Antron, I'm introducing a concept called a dubbing loop, and I'll show you how to do that now. Dubbing loops are useful if you want to have different textures on the body of your fly, or if the material that you are using is difficult to direct dub onto your thread. And one of those would be Antron that's hard to direct dub onto your thread. For a hook this size, we want about 2 inches of length. Take your tool, and this is one I had made here, and it has a little hooked loop, and we're just going to slide that over our thread like that. Come back up to our fly, do a couple turns. Oops. And you'll want to go around both threads so that they come together. So we end up with something like this. Now I'm going to leave this hang for a minute and we're going to work on the rest of our fly. We'll take our thread to the eye of the hook and then work on our bearded hackle. We're back again, and here we have our thread for our dubbing loop hanging down, and then we've wound our thread to the eye of the hook, and we want to do a half hitch here because I want to switch to a thread color of red. Take our red 70 denier thread and we'll start that at the eye of the hook with our jam knot like we normally do. Now we're going to turn our hook upside down and work on our bearded hackle. Take a group of schlappen feathers. We want to kind of lay that right there. We want these to be equal of distance between the eye and the point of the hook. So we're going to tie these underneath the hook shank. Let's get them where we want them, maybe a little long. And let's tie those in. We're going to go back to our dubbing loop. Now you can see we have a gap in our thread there. We want to twist this so that gap goes all the way to the hook shank. That way we can slide our dubbing all the way up. So take very small amounts of dubbing, and we're just going to put it in that loop. And slide it up to the hook shank, just like that. And we're going to keep doing that with about the same amount of dubbing. If it sticks out more on one side than the other, don't worry about it. Now you can give this a twist. I like to go clockwise to keep some of the dubbing in place as you put it in there, and add more. You want it to be about the same consistency throughout the length of this loop. Now you can see as you twist this together, because of the nature of this actually twister, the thread doesn't come together. That's why I switched to a twirler. We'll get our other thread out of the way. And then we're just going to spin this. And that's the right consistency we want. All right, now we're just going to wind our dubbing loop like we would Chanel. Some people take it off and use hackle pliers. I just leave it on there. I'm going to use my rotary vise here. Okay, we're going to be at about there, and then we're going to tie this off. Then take our rib, and we're going to counter wrap that. Bring it up underneath. And good, even wraps, not too dense. And we'll tie that off at the eye of the hook. Turn our fly upside down. Pull our hackle back. We'll make a few wraps. It should hang back towards the tip of our hook, just like that. And let's make a nice little head here.